Another aspect that we really wanted to talk about with all the rule changes coming about in world cricket, and sometimes rule changes are not necessarily only about what happens on the field of cricket, but the World Test Championship, which of course will be play a very significant part, with India playing 4 tests this summer or this Australian summer. Later on, once the ODIs and T20s are concerned. But let's just go on to the aspect of rule changes and react to what Virat Kohli said at the end of it all.
We were told that points are the point of the matter of contention for the top two teams qualifying in the World Test Championship, and now suddenly it's become percentage out of nowhere. So it's very confusing. It's very difficult to understand why. And if these things were explained to us from day one, then it would have been easier for us to understand the reasons why such a change has happened. But it's happened out of nowhere, and I think the further questions about this should be asked to the ICC and understand why this has been done and what are the reasons behind it.
Operative word used by Virat Kohli there was confusing, and these things can be confusing, particularly because once something is established as a rule, and then changes are made halfway through, sometimes necessitated, it sort of can put you on the back foot, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, there's only cricket, in particular Test cricket, can produce something that is so complicated in terms of the points and how you work out the points. I just think it's all far too confusing. I actually like what it's trying to achieve. I think we need Test match cricket to be important every single Test match, and I think that's brought that in terms of the Test Championship. I personally would like to see every 4 years, very similar to the end of the IPL, where the top 4 teams qualify to the qualification stages, and I'd go for exactly the same in Test match cricket. The top 4 teams qualify for a 6-week period. One plays 2. Obviously, you get 2 bites of the cherry if you finish in the first 2 positions. 3 and 4 play against each other, and the winner of that plays the loser of 1 and 2, and obviously whoever wins that first game between 1 and 2 goes straight through to the final. I just think it'd be great for Test match cricket if we had not just a final, but a real period of 4 or 5 weeks where the best 4 teams in the world congregate in some area of the world, and it becomes a real focus for 5 weeks of the best 4 teams competing against each other, and then at the end of that we find out who has become the Test champion across those 4 years. I don't like the point situation. I just find it all far too confusing and far too hard for those that aren't Test match cricket diehards to understand. So somehow they need to simplify the points. Definitely keep it. It certainly is something that I think the players enjoy. I think we as fans and cricket lovers can see that there's more of a meaning to Test match cricket other than just series after series. But as I say, every 4 years I'd like to see this kind of round robin being achieved, where we actually find out from the top 4 teams in the world which is exactly the best team across those 4 years by winning those contests across that 5-week program.
Yeah, I'll just get Zahir in to complete this discussion, because it's yes, sometimes it can be confusing. It can be about the points, the allocation, percentages. At the end of the day, you just want to go out there, focus and play cricket. But it sort of does require this to keep that whole sense of competition going.
Well, the initiative is very good. So one must focus on that. These teething problems are going to be there. The point system has been confusing right from the word go. So we just have to live with that. The first season and the first trophy is going to be like that. But I think as we move along in this path, I think things will sort themselves out. You've seen rules evolve. You've seen the clarity come in. This has been a COVID year as well, so there've been a lot of challenges all around, and there's been a lot of tweaking in the way overall structuring and formatting of domestic seasons also has been. So these kind of things you just have to take in your strides and move along. There is still plenty of time for the tournament to finish, the Test Championship to finish. So I think for India it's just like focusing on the game, winning some matches, and then getting back in that point system.